अस्सलाम वालेकुम व्यूअर्स, आज मेरे साथ मौजूद हैं अदनान सिद्दीकी साहब who is a very interesting person. Let me introduce you to him in a little bit. अस्सलाम वालेकुम अदनान, कैसे हैं आप?
Walaikum assalam. Thank you very much. Doing good.
सो इस वक्त हमें अदनान ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं ऑल द वे फ्रॉम यूएसए और इनके पास सुबह और मेरे पास रात हुई हुई है इस टाइम बट इट ऑल इज वेल दैट एंड्स वेल क्योंकि हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे थे काफ़ी दिन से अपना टाइम मैच अप करने की. So Adnan is the chief operating officer of EZShifa, which is, and I'll let Adnan introduce EZShifa himself. So naam bada maze ka hai, but I'll let him introduce that himself. Adnan has done his masters and MBA from Oklahoma State University, USA. And then अचानक से इनको ख्वाहिश पैदा हुई कि मैं पाकिस्तान वापस जाऊं and do something for the country. So let us ask him, what is EZShifa? Why did he come back to Pakistan? And what's the idea behind it?
Well, first, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. I think it's a great opportunity, responsibility that you and I both have to make a difference in the system, right? I mean, I don't see this as a privilege. I see this as a responsibility that someday I will be asked, "Hey, you were tasked to do this, and did you play ball or not?" So that's my motivation and the drive. My journey is that I graduated from NED in 1984. The same year I left for States. Then I came here, did my master's in MBA. During the course, I worked for Hewlett Packard, Compaq, and Hewlett Packard for 20 years. When I left HP, I was a senior director of R&D with HP, based out of Houston, Taiwan, Shanghai. And then I left HP in 2016, joined Amazon Robotics, and my charter was to automate warehouses.
Okay.
After being in industry for about almost 35, 40 years, I said enough of this, and I took a retirement in 2018. I was playing golf, learning how to sail, uh, doing my walks and tennis.
The dream life anyone could imagine, right?
Yeah, and if anybody has ever been to Seattle, I strongly encourage you. You should go visit Seattle at least once. One of the most beautiful places in in the world, actually. So then I stumbled over this thing कि Pakistan में 150 million people don't have access to healthcare. This is a report from World Bank. और दूसरी जो खतरनाक रिपोर्ट है वो ये कि about 100 million people each year go through major financial stress because of the medical bills. कोई घर बेचता है, कोई गाड़ी बेचता है, कोई business बेचता है. And when I studied the problem, what it turned out that really there is no problem in the country. We have the infrastructure, we have the know-how, we have everything else in place, except for the cost of healthcare is exorbitantly is high, and I couldn't figure out why. So we thought, being a technologist, I thought with the help of technology, we can bring the cost down. And right now we are focusing on primary care. Our vision is that your trip to the doctor for primary care entail four things: your travel, your doctor, your medication, and your labs. We think all of these four costs should be within $500-600 जिसमें कि आपका travel भी हो, doctor भी हो, दवा भी हो, as well as the labs in $500-600. If we do that, we can increase this market from 20% to 40-50% and make a huge dent in the country's healthcare system.
Yeah, I think you meant 500 600 rupees because एकदम से मैं थोड़ी सी शॉक हुई $500 so it's
Oh,
like oh,
pardon me. Yes, five six.
no worries at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
नहीं, that's a huge step I would say क्योंकि yes we do find doctors जो कि शायद 100 200 रुपए फीस लेकर देख लेते हैं. There are quite a few of those, but having said that वो जो travel की costs हैं they play a huge role. And I think कि मेरी जो एक पर्सनल बहुत ज़्यादा अलाइनमेंट है और why this concept really resonated with me was because of this. Because पाकिस्तान में एक वो थोड़ी सी आई वुड से कि एक थोड़ी सी भेड़चाल है. हर बंदा अस्पताल बनाने के लिए जद्दोजहद कर रहा है. And that costs because when you erect a new building, it costs a lot. So why not utilize the existing infrastructure instead of building new infrastructure, instead of investing into new infrastructure, utilize that existing infrastructure and build the capacity and
Yeah.
reduce the cost. So hats off to you for this thought process. I think it's so important. So how does it work? थोड़ा सा हमें पता है इसके बारे में.
To so फर्स्ट थिंग वाज जो सारी कॉस्ट है, राइट, एक तो आपकी ट्रैवल की कॉस्ट है। तो ट्रैवल की कॉस्ट में हमने किया कि अपने डिजिटल क्लिनिक्स बना के आपके घर के पास लगा दिए सबके। सो यू नेवर हैव टू ट्रैवल फार, इट डजेंट मैटर वेयर यू लिव, राइट। तो आपकी ट्रैवल कॉस्ट तो वहाँ से कंटेन हो गई। हमारा जो डॉक्टर है उसके चार्जेस 100, 200, 300 रुपए हैं, राइट, तो वेरी वेरी कंटेन। हमारे डॉक्टर्स जो हैं मोस्टली दे राइट जेनेरिक मेडिकेशन, सो 200, 300 रुपए की दवा जाती है। लैब्स के लिए हम अपनी बायोमेडिकल डिवाइसेस और डायग्नोस्टिक्स की डिवाइसेस डेवलप कर रहे हैं पाकिस्तान में। आई कैन साइट
वाओ।
फ्यू एग्जांपल्स के जैसे अभी हम अल्ट्रासाउंड की जो हमारी मशीन है वो हमें $2000 की पड़ती है, दैट्स डॉलर नॉट रुपीज, इंटेंशनली। हम मेरा जब ख्याल है कि हम उसको $100 में पाकिस्तान ही में डिज़ाइन करके मैन्युफैक्चर कर सकते हैं। सो इंस्टेड ऑफ $2000 वी कैन मेक इट फॉर $100। And so if we do that, then there is no reason to charge 3,000 rupees for ultrasound. We can do an ultrasound for 50 rupees or 100 rupees. So this is how we are going to bring the cost down. उसमें पैथोलॉजी भी आ जाएगी, ईसीजी भी आ जाएगा, शुगर की टेस्टिंग भी आ जाएगी, शुगर की मैनेजमेंट भी आ जाएगी। ऑल ऑफ दिस इज गोना बी पार्ट ऑफ दिस ग्रुप।
Inshallah, that's very encouraging because Pakistan में there is so much talent and there's so much potential and there's such a huge market.
इंडीड।
अगर टेक्नोलॉजी हमारी इनोवेशन के साथ if it can bring down the cost, it is going to be a huge service to the community. So you just said कि हम digital clinic आपके घर के करीब लगा देते हैं and I just caught my attention. Can you explain it to the viewers? What do you mean by that?
So I think in the show we have to show कि what the digital clinic looks like, right? तो अभी क्या हो रहा है कि टेक्नोलॉजी आ रही है, टेलीमेडिसिन आ रही है, टेक्नोलॉजी आ रही है, डिवाइसेस आ रही हैं, पीपल कैन वेयर all this is available to people, those who have access to internet or smartphones. We can argue this in Pakistan that that's 20% of the population, 30% of the population, right? 50, 60% of the population don't are not digitally connected. So we are actually missing, technology is missing them. तो हमने क्या किया कि सारी टेक्नोलॉजी को बंडल करके कियोस्क में डाल के डिजिटल क्लिनिक में वी आर सेलिंग दैट यूनिट, एंड नाउ ऑलमोस्ट एनीबडी कैन परचेस माय दिस क्लिनिक, put it in place and provide a service. तो जैसे करीम ने या उबर ने आके टैक्सी का सारा मसला हल कर दिया, कोई गवर्नमेंट से कुछ पैसे नहीं लिए, कोई किसी उससे नहीं किया, कोई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बिल्ड नहीं किया, एंड एवरीबडी डेमोक्रेटाइज कर दिया टैक्सी सर्विस को। We are using the same model and we are doing a different thing. We are democratizing healthcare. So now anybody from the street can practically purchase our clinic, provide a service, and make a decent living. And this is how we are able to scale it. So we started in 21 with about, say, 15 clinics or so. Today we have 350 plus clinics. We are planning on
Zabardast.
being 1,000 by the end of this year. And uh, the total need in the country is 50,000. And we are planning on hitting that number sometime 2030, 31. At that time we will be in a very good position to consider or offer universal healthcare in Pakistan, and that'll be a game changer. This has never been done in the world before.
I feel so hopeful after talking to you. Thank you so much for doing this. So, ये जो आपके kiosks हैं या digital clinics हैं, where are they generally installed? Are they in existing clinics? कहाँ पर होते हैं?
So the beauty of this thing is it's a self-sustained clinic. जैसे एटीएम की मशीन है, right?
Okay.
You can pretty much put it anywhere. चौराहे पे रख दे, परचून की दुकान पे रख दे, बैंक में रख दे, right?
Hmm.
Besides the security, operationally there is no challenge. हमारा जो क्लिनिक है वो हम स्कूल में भी रख सकते हैं, मस्जिद में भी रख सकते हैं, ग्रोसरी शॉप में भी रख सकते हैं, क्लिनिक में भी रख सकते हैं, हॉस्पिटल में रख सकते हैं, you name it, and it's going to be installed almost everywhere. And that's the goal at the end of the day.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you talked about the biometric testing and everything, and that again you named the blood sugar testing. Since हमारा आपके साथ एक MOU sign हुआ and we're going to hopefully play the digital diabetes education resources that we have developed for the community on through your clinics, हम उनको disseminate करना चाहेंगे. But with the ways we also want to help you, support you in developing the blood sugar testing that you were talking about. उसको थोड़ा सा explain करें viewers को कि what is it and how will it work?
So first, I do want to congratulate you. What the work you're doing is so badly needed in the country, and I am so proud of you for taking the lead on this thing. and making this happen. And I immensely feel proud of being a partner with you on this journey and right behind you. Like you lead the
Feeling is
charge.
likewise.
You
We're,
lead the
we're very
charge.
happy to be a part.
Yes, definitely, definitely. तो जैसे हमने कहा ना कि हमारा बड़ा मायोपिक सा व्यू है हेल्थ केयर में कि कॉस्ट जो है वो इट्स एन एग्जॉर्बिटेंट कॉस्ट. तो इसी तरह से डायबिटीज में भी पहली तो ये कि आपकी स्क्रीनिंग, somebody has to be diagnosed कि भाई someone has diabetes. Once you have it, then you have to manage it. Management दो चीज़ें हैं, एक तो you have to measure it constantly, and then you have to take medication to control it, right? Those are the two things. Third is the education part, which you guys are doing a phenomenal job of educating people. लेकिन अगर रिसोर्सेज इतने नहीं हों कि स्ट्रिप्स ली जा सकें और या इंसुलिन ली जा सके या दवा ली जा सके और उससे हम ये कहें कि तुम सेलेक्टेड डाइट खाओ, दैट्स नॉट प्रैक्टिकल. तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि वी आर लुकिंग एट वेज टू टेक द कॉस्ट आउट ऑफ हेल्थ केयर. So first step in that direction is you have to measure your blood sugar constantly. वो स्ट्रिप की जो कॉस्ट है वो 2 से 3 हज़ार रुपये पर मंथ पड़ती है पर पर्सन. हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि हमने एक आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के थ्रू एक एआई का इंजन बनाया है which is connected, which is on the mobile phone, and what you can do is you just turn on the mobile phone, take a 15-second, make a 15-second video, and we can calculate your blood sugar along with your blood pressure, your temperature, your heart rate, and your oxygen level. And with that, and we are saying that service is available for 100 rupees a month. So instead of 3,000 rupees for managing your blood sugar, we're going to drop it down to 100 rupees. And once we have the volume, who knows, we may even go down lower than that down the road, right? So that's the plan. Now the challenge, I think, follow-up question maybe, okay, what are the challenges? The cha-
First of all, तो मैं ये कहना चाहूंगी कि engineers are the problem solvers, and I'm so glad to meet you because working in healthcare as an engineer is always challenging क्योंकि हमारे जो healthcare system है it's primarily based on the healthcare professionals, medical side, but at the same time I think कि जो key innovations हैं they are the ones that are going to change the landscape of healthcare, and that has to be brought in by people. At this point in time, technology seems to be the solution to our major healthcare problems. And thanks you for stepping up for that. So, yes, so how does it work?
so I think just building on what you're saying, the technology is there, the market is there, and I think you and I have been selected by some superpower to solve this problem. So we have been given this responsibility, right? I'm going to keep repeating this thing. So we have a responsibility. If you look at the 100 top 100 countries in the world today, 50 of those companies came from garage in last 20, 30 years, right? And they are transforming the world. I assure you, with your collaboration, EZShifa is going to be one of those companies. We are going to we are starting from a garage, and we're going to transform this healthcare system across the globe, and and you'll be a part of the journey.
Inshallah. Inshallah. So, what is the challenge that you face in
So,
developing something?
so I think in any startup there are a humongous amount of challenges that you come across, but nothing that's not surmountable. I'm very confident. I see 50 things every day, and I'm very proud to say 30, 40 of them we can solve them in a very short time. हम इसको फोकस करते हैं सिर्फ एआई के ऊपर. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में हमको जो चीज़ चाहिए वो डाटा चाहिए. With the more data we have, the more accurate our system is going to be. तो ब्लड शुगर में भी हमने अपना एआई का मॉड्यूल बनाया कि उसको हमने बना के टेस्ट किया. अब उस टेस्टिंग में हमारे पास क्या हुआ कि हमने ऑफिस में हमारे पास 50-60 लोग हैं. वी टुक देयर सैंपल्स एंड वी बिल्ड अ मॉड्यूल विद दैट. तो अच्छा, फॉर्चुनेटली और अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे ऑफिस में जितने भी लोग हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ अस आर इन नॉर्मल ब्लड शुगर रेंज. तो नॉर्मल रेंज में जो हमारे पास डाटा है, हमारे रिजल्ट्स आर डेड ऑन. Within 3, 4, 5 points we hit it every time. अगर मेरी 120 है, it will be 115, 125 from my system. So that's not a problem. Now the problem is I don't have enough people with 250, 350 blood sugar. उसका sample मेरे पास नहीं है. And that's where I need help from you guys. If you can help us get that data, जिसको कि हम एनोटेट करके अपने सिस्टम को इस्टेब्लिश कर लें, इट्स गोना बी अ गेम चेंजर. अब ब्लड वो जो डिवाइसेस लेते हैं, दे ड्रिफ्ट, दे ब्रेक, उसकी कैलिब्रेशन की प्रॉब्लम है. हम एआई का जो सिस्टम का एडवांटेज ये है कि विद टाइम इट्स गोना जस्ट कीप गेटिंग बेटर एंड बेटर.
This is such an amazing feeling to listen to this. So, मैं अपने तमाम viewers से I would really request, let us support this initiative. So you can keep testing your blood sugars as you are already doing, but maybe दिन में एक time निकाल कर वो एक छोटी सी जो video है, maybe 30 seconds or 1 minute. What is the maximum length?
15 seconds.
15 seconds ki. Oh, okay. So 15 seconds ki video. Maybe we can provide Adnan and EZShifa with that video so that they can train their AI module better along with the correct blood sugar reading at that time. So whenever you check your blood sugar, and I'm sure to our viewers, and generally we cater to the type 1 diabetes community and they're testing their blood sugars at least 2 to 4 times a day. I'll just request कि दिन में एक बार, just any one of the times, maybe you can test and make a short video, 15 seconds की, and shoot it out to Easy Shifa so that they can use it for training their system. This is a very interesting thing वैसे अदनान साहब ये जो आप लोग कर रहे हैं, and I I heard about this something similar at a conference जहाँ पर एक researcher, an American researcher again, he is using voice signals to diagnose various diseases. So वो जो आपकी आवाज़ है उसके ऊपर कुछ फिल्टर्स लगाते हैं, वो फिल्टर्स लगा के दे कैन डायग्नोस के लेट्स आपको हार्ट के इश्यूज हैं या आपको डायबिटीज़ है या आपको. सो इट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंगली डेवलप, मतलब बहुत मज़े का ये एक एरिया डेवलप हो रहा है. एंड अगेन जस्ट बिकॉज नाउ इट मेक्स सो मच सेंस कि एवरीथिंग वी डू हमारे चेहरे पे भी आती है और हमारी आवाज़ में भी रिफ्लेक्ट होती है. So just the right filters, the right kind of processing techniques that can actually filter that data out. How are you using that video to uh, guess blood sugar level readings?
So, so this is no magic, right? It's no rocket science either. As a technologist, I feel like anybody should be able to do that. No big deal. There's a technology called RPPG. Actually, PPG is the technology जो आपकी Apple की watches and all those devices using, right? वो जो हैं RF सिग्नल को लेके उसको प्रोसेस करके उससे सिग्नल बताते हैं, which is fine. वो अब ये कि $300 की जो $300 की जो डिवाइस है वो कितने लोग अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं. एवरीबडी कैन नॉट अफोर्ड इट. सो दैट्स वेयर द गैप इज. और हमारी जो डेमोग्राफिक नीचे वाली है उसमें से काफ़ी लोगों के पास स्मार्टफोन्स हैं, और अगर नहीं है तो हमारे क्योस्क पे जाके जो आपके घर के नुक्कड़ पे लगा हुआ है, यू कैन जस्ट गो मेक योर वीडियो एंड गेट योर शुगर टेस्टेड जस्ट लाइक दैट, ऑलमोस्ट एट नो कॉस्ट. उसको बनाने के लिए व्हाट वी हैव डन है कि आप एक छोटा सा वीडियो लेके एंड देन यू वी प्रोसेस इट, और आपके हर पल्स के ऊपर आपकी उसकी ब्लड की वेरिएशन होती है, कलर की, वेन्स की साइज की एंड ऑल दैट, राइट. वी कैप्चर दैट एंड फ्रॉम दोज वी एक्सट्रैक्ट द सिग्नल, आरपीजी का सिग्नल निकाल के वी सी कि उसमें उसके प्रॉपर सिग्नेचर्स हैं. वी कैन प्रोसेस दैट एंड टेल यू कि आपका ब्लड प्रेशर ये है, टेम्परेचर ये है, हार्ट रेट ये है, शुगर लेवल ये है. We are going to add A1C into this, and we can also going to add cholesterol into this. So let me share a very short story with you. यही मैंने अफ्रीका में गेट्स फाउंडेशन को प्रेजेंट किया कि दिस इज व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, एंड देयर वाज एन वेरी ऑकवर्ड साइलेंस फॉर अबाउट 15 seconds, and I'm thinking, okay, probably Melissa is thinking I have said something wrong or whatever. She goes, hey, I'm in Africa and this is great, but my problem is malaria, dengue and typhoid. What do you have for malaria, dengue, typhoid? And I'm going, nobody ever asked me, I have no idea, let me go do some research. So I came back. I put my team on it. We kind of studied for a week. Surprisingly, what we found out, if you just take a drop of blood, prick yourself and take a drop, make a 100x image of that drop, you can tell the difference in very clear signature available for dengue, malaria, typhoid, and hepatitis. Sorry, HIV. Malaria, dengue, typhoid, and HIV. Very clear.
Wow.
Now the question for us is, in that digital clinic, how do I get the 100x image? Of course, I can go buy a $5,000 microscope and make the
Yeah.
image. but that kills my whole program. How many people can afford a $5,000 microscope? So we are in a process right now to make a microscope 20, 30, $40. We're going to put this microscope in our digital clinic. Now anybody, and then train the AI engine to give us the results. So now anybody comes in, we suspect they have a malaria or dengue or whatnot. Instead of sending them for PCR test for 1,000 rupees, we're just going to prick it right there, take a sample, and in 50 rupees, we'll tell them if they're clean or not.
Wow, that's amazing.
And this is
Is there
just,
something similar for blood sugar levels?
of course, yeah, this is exactly how this is going to work. And this is just the beginning. And every time I turn around, somebody is challenging me, hey, can we do this? Then I'm going, sure, let's take a look at it. In 5 years, this our system, what we have today, is for consultation plus a complete diagnostic center for primary care. That's my vision. That's where we're
How
headed.
many data points do you need? कितने लोग चाहिए आपको ब्लड शुगर वाले के लिए मैं पूछ रही हूँ because that's where our audience is. So
The more the merrier. The more the merrier. अच्छा उसमें दो चीजें हैं. एक तो we will get the sample, right? Anybody who is using the app is going to tell his friend or her friends and family. So it's creating awareness at the same time. It's bringing them close to technology as well. Once they come close to technology, this is not the only area they will benefit from. They will benefit across the globe, right? Across the spectrum. Education may, decision making may, information may, whatever they need. So it has very multifaceted advantages to exposing people to the technology. Very
inshallah,
good.
I'm very hopeful. So again, viewers, I'll once again request. I'm going to become a contributor myself, and on Adnan Saab's request, all of you, जब भी अपनी हमें सो विल शेयर द डिटेल्स व्हेन वी पोस्ट दिस वीडियो विल शेयर द डिटेल्स कि कहाँ से ऐप हमने डाउनलोड करनी है और वेयर पीपल कैन साइन अप वी कैन सेंड यू देयर नेम्स एंड देयर कॉन्टैक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन और उसकी बेसिस पर अगर आप लोग इनको ऐप की फ्री एक्सेस दे दें एंड मे बी दे कैन यूज दैट ऐप they provide you the data so that you can train your algorithm, and I'm very 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 hopeful that inshallah this will make lives easier not just for people in Pakistan but across the globe, because this is something that is going to be a life changer.
Yes.
I wish you best of luck. I think at this point in time, that's max I can do. But I really wish you best of luck, and we hope that you'll be able to really gather that data. मुझे पता है, as an engineer, we need maybe 100,000 or 200,000 data points at least, but we'll get there, inshallah, very soon.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Definitely. Definitely.
कोई closing message जो आप हमारी audience को देना चाहें?
I think don't shy away from technology. Don't, I mean, yes, I see the reason for people for resisting it, and I appreciate them because that keeps us grounded. So it's important that you should take a hard look at the technology, critically analyze it, build this skill to critically analyze things, and then objectively criticize them, and have no boundaries for that. Test everything that you are being told, either it's political, it's social, it's personal, it's educational, healthcare. Stop, take a deep breath, critically analyze it, and then adopt it as needed. I think do that. This will be a very good thing. I just want to add one more thing quickly. We say a lot of things about Pakistan. कि ये है, गर्मी है, गर्द है, दूर है, and all of this, and I get it, and I'm being subjected to that, and so there is no qualm. मैं पिछले 2 ढाई साल से पाकिस्तान में हूँ, and facing all of that. That said, I normally come to my work and home is about 4 kilometers apart. In the morning, I take the car to come to work. I walk back. Doesn't matter what time, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. I walk back home every day without fail. Two people stop on the way and say, "Do I need a ride?" So they want to drop me at home, right? This is the soul of the nation. So we have all the problems in the world. We have this, that, or the other. At core, we are not bad people. We are good
No,
people.
at core we're wonderful people. At core पाकिस्तान इतना अगर हम लोग खुद एक दूसरे के साथ ना खड़े हों,
Yeah,
डिस्पाइट ऑल दी पॉलिटिकल प्रॉब्लम्स एंड द इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम्स, अगर आज हमारा वो जो ह्यूमन टू ह्यूमन का कनेक्शन है,
Yeah,
वो जो एक आपस में एक दूसरे से मोहब्बत है, एक दूसरे का ख्याल रखने का एक जो जज्बा है हमारी सोसाइटी में, वो ना हो तो पाकिस्तान वुड हैव finished off आज से बहुत पहले. So we are standing on the shoulders of each other, which is a very good feeling. And thank you so much for saying this. And
sure.
again, it just brings me back to that we really, really want to help you do this for Pakistan, inshallah, so that this technology becomes available. Viewers, याद रखिएगा, किसी भी टेक्नोलॉजी को मेच्योर होने के लिए बहुत सारे साल चाहिए होते हैं टेस्टिंग के लिए. सो व्हेन यू यूजिंग दैट ऐप, हम आपसे ये नहीं रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे कि आप उसकी रीडिंग्स को ट्रस्ट करें. एज अ कंट्रीब्यूटर व्हाट यू आर डूइंग इज दैट यू आर टेस्टिंग एंड यू आर टेलिंग दी ऐप कि क्यों आपने रीडिंग दी है, ऐप से जो रीडिंग आई है क्या वो ठीक है या नहीं है, वो कितनी ऑफ है रियल रीडिंग से. सो इट विल हेल्प द डेवलपर्स मेक श्योर कि जो उनका एल्गोरिदम है वो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता ट्रेन होता जाए टुवर्ड्स कैचिंग द सिग्नल, द फेशियल एक्सप्रेशंस, योर सिग्नल करेक्टली, ताकि आहिस्ता आहिस्ता जब हमारे पास वो मेच्योर होके वो लिख ले तो उसकी एरर का चांस कम से कम हो जाए. And that is what is being asked for here, inshallah. I look forward to hundreds of you at least signing up the Google form that we'll be putting up in the caption of this video, and help EZShifa do this amazing miracle work. Inshallah, let's hope that this changes the landscape. And अगर कहीं पे failure भी होता है तो कोई बात नहीं, we tried our best, and there'll still be chances to improve. Of course, I'm very sure कोई error का margin दिया जा सकता है, हो सकता है कुछ ये आ जाए. But even sensors में, CGMs में, they're not always very accurate. एंड इट्स समथिंग लाइक सेइंग ओके, वेन एवर आई वांट टू टेस्ट माई ब्लड शुगर, तो वो जो हम यहाँ से स्कैन करते हैं उसके बजाय अपनी पिक्चर ली या वो वीडियो दी और उससे हमें समझ आ जाए कि शुगर कितनी है. द सेंसर इज ऑल्सो नॉट ऑलवेज वेरी एक्यूरेट, एंड वेन इन डाउट तो हम उसको ब्लड शुगर से टेस्ट करके ही वेरीफाई कर रहे होते हैं. तो आई रियली रियली होप दिस वर्क्स and becomes a game changer for the country and the world. Thank you so much, Adnan, for being here with us.
Pleasure is all mine. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you very much.